Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Channel Seeds Field here for our nightcap on day one of the 2025 Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament Class 3A quarterfinal action on the docket. It's the 1 seed, Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles at 35-7, taking on the 25-12 8th seeded Center Point-Urbana Storm Pointers. Blake Walker, Addie Wells with you here this evening from Channel Seeds Field. Addie, Wahlert Catholic has steamrolled through their schedule. They've played one of the toughest in the state, a 35-7 record, and Center Point-Urbana coming off a win over Mount Vernon. It has been a very fun day of softball so far. You had one of the biggest upsets we've seen with Xavier losing to Pella, but boy, this is going to be a fun one between two very talented teams that come from very good conferences.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see how both of these offenses and defenses choose to show up today and compete. You know, as we've seen in this tournament, it can really go to anyone, so I'm just hoping to see some competitive softball today.
It is a hot day, but it won't be as hot as it will be tomorrow. We had overcast skies here today for the most part, but 80 degrees is the high now, and it looks to be pretty cloudy for the most part. Let's send it up to our PA announcer, Tim Fitzpatrick, here for your starting lineups.
And from Dubuque, the Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles. The winner of this matchup will advance to the 3A semifinal round on Wednesday, to be played right here at Channel Seeds Fields at 2:30. Now it's time to meet the teams. First of all, for the visitors from CPU, here are your non-starters. Number 3, Caitlin Beck. Number 9, Ashlyn White. Number 12, Casey Fink. Number 14, Hadley Kearns. Number 20, Bree Jacquet. And 36, Paige Kroc. Your assistant coaches, Hannah Ringer, Erica Estling, and Madison Harris. And now here's your starters. For the Storm and Pointers, leading off playing center field, number 5, Grace Estling. Batting second at shortstop, number 16, Alice Simon. Batting third, doing the catching, number 4, Gracie Hoskins. Cleanup hitter for the Pointers, doing the pitching, number 40, Maya Hillers. Batting fifth at third base, number 24, Tara Crowley. Batting sixth in left field, number 2, Brindley Hobble. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 29, Taylor Hoskins. Batting eighth in right field, number 27, Kira White. Batting in the ninth position, the designated player, number 6, Kinley Otto. The flex player at first base, number 11, Jordan Fink. Head coach for CPU, Kendra Wolf. Now let's meet the team from Wahlert Catholic. Here are your non-starters. Number 2, Ari McClyman. Number 6, Lydia Lundstrom. Number 9, Quinn Mattel. Number 11, Leah Rowley. Number 13, Cameron Tyson. And number 21, Zoe Nepper. Your assistant coaches, Mark Rako, Alex Ball, Maria Klein, and Katie Hayes. And now here's your starters for the Golden Eagles of Wahlert Catholic, leading off. Playing right field, number 17, Ruth Tauber. Playing second, doing the pitching, number 14, Julia Rope. Batting third in center field, number 7, Kylie Sieberding. Cleanup hitter for the Golden Eagles at third base, number 4, Eddie Klein. Batting fifth, at second base, number 3, Sadie Schultz. Batting sixth at first base, number 12, Anna Rowling. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 18, Haley Lang. Batting eighth at shortstop, number 24, Natalie Ruba. Batting in the ninth position in left field, number 16, Claire Brocious. The flex player doing the catching, number 23, Lily Oberhofer. Head coach for the Golden Eagles, Tyler Lang. Now, ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the area by home plate. The umpires assigned to this contest by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. At first base, John Nonson. At third base, Mark Amadeo. And calling the balls and strikes this evening, Mr. Eric Pohl. All right, who's ready for state tournament softball?
We are all set to go here from Channel Seeds Field. Blake Walker, Addie Wells with you here. 3A quarterfinal on tap. Dubuque Wahlert Catholic. The Golden Eagles taking on the Center Point-Urbana Storm and Pointers. Our producer, Randy, told me earlier in the week this was the biggest mouthful of team name / mascot that we will see all week long, and I believe him wholeheartedly. Center Point-Urbana competing in the WAMAC Conference this year, 25-12 record. Upset Mount Vernon to get here, and got here with the state tournament berth, and then Wahlert Catholic making just their third straight trip to Rogers Park and their fifth in school history. And we get to see a very good pitcher here in the circle tonight, as it is Julia Routh. 15-5 record, 115 strikeouts, 2.34 ERA. And, you know, we talked about it in the beginning. Wahlert Catholic, 4A or 3A school, but they play really good 5A and most of the times 4A opponents.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely see their fair share of competition on all scales here, and they definitely know different levels of play as well. So Julia here will set the tone in the circle, but again, she's also a key player on the other side of the ball. So Wahlert will look to capitalize on both sides of the ball here.
Making her 20th start of the season. It just so happens to be here at the state tournament. Wahlert comes into today averaging just over 7 runs per contest. Center Point-Urbana just under 7 runs. And both teams pretty even in the runs against. They both give up about 3.5 runs per contest, so it'll be a fun one here today. Grace Estling, the center fielder, will lead us off here for Center Point-Urbana, and we are underway in this Class 3A quarterfinal. The winner will take on the winner of PCM and West Liberty, which starts at 7:30. Wahlert Catholic in all white here today, and Center Point-Urbana in all black with the yellow striping, as Roth is in there for strike one, and it evens the count at 1-1. Wahlert Catholic got here off a win from West Delaware 9-3, and then obviously CPU with the upset win over Mount Vernon 6-4. Addie, these two teams played back on May 30th, a 12-5 victory. Do they take anything from that, or do you just kind of, since it was all the way back in May, it's beginning of the season, they're just kind of in the feel-out process? How much can you take from a game so early in the year?
Well, I mean, that early in the season, you're also looking to take risks and try out some new things. So I think both teams can get a little sense of how the other plays, but you also have to understand that you can't underestimate either team here. Both are going to come out with a chip on their shoulder, and they're both hunting to make it to the next round here. So you can definitely pick up on some standards in both programs, but again, you can't underestimate them.
Grace Estling, a sophomore, 441 hitter, 24 RBIs coming into tonight. That one's grounded on the hop, and a throw across the diamond, nicely done. From Ruba over to Anna Rolling, out for out number 1. The game I called earlier, Addie, the turf or the dirt was rough. I mean, just a couple different bounces. You really don't get a good feel here for certain, and that's caused people issues today.
Yeah, definitely, especially with like the weird humidity. You can see the dirt is kind of clumping up a little bit, and so you get those chunks that'll send the ball different ways. And we kind of saw it in that last game too on this field. There were a lot of balls that just skid under the gloves because the bounces were different. So you get limited time to warm up on this field, but you got to really pay attention to the dirt as best you can.
Ella Simon, the junior, up to bat. 286 hitter on the year. Has the count even at 1-1, and started in all 37 games this year for Center Point-Urbana, one of just 4 players to do that for the Storm and Pointers. This one popped up, shallow left field, and roaming in to make the grab is Brocious. Out for out number 2 on the pop out.
Nice catch by Claire Brocious for out number 2.
Long way to cover out there in left field.
Mm-hmm. If you're CPU, you're probably really glad that you're making some good contact off of Roth here, but if you're Wahlert, you're also glad that your defense has your back right away.
Brings up Gracie Hoskins, the catcher here for Center Point-Urbana. First pitch there for Roth is right down the middle. Hoskins, a 300 hitter on the year, 21 RBIs. Trying to get the Storm Pointers going here early. This one's chopped back to Roth. Picks it up on the hop and tosses it over. It's 3 up, 3 down, just like that for the Wahlert Catholic defense. We'll see them in the bottom of the first coming right up. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Ready to roll here in the bottom of the first inning. Take a look at the big IGHSAU logo out there in center field. You can get a look of it from our camera. You know, when they first put those out there and they put the picture out, I'm like, that might be kind of distracting to the center fielder. I don't know about you, but
it's probably more distracting to us. I guess you're not really looking at the ground too much when you're out there. But.
And luckily, the softball is so bright, it shouldn't, fall in. You're not going to lose it in the logo, but really cool to see that. I think it's on every field, I'm pretty sure.
I think so, yeah.
Even
it's been pretty cool.
The consolation field, so really cool to see so far today. So excited to see how everything pushes out here. Maya Hillers is in the circle tonight for Center Point-Urbana, making her 21st start of the year, 12-7 record, 131 strikeouts and a 3.30 ERA. She's given up 112 hits on the year. Excited to see what she can do here. Ruth Tauber up the bat first for Wahlert Catholic to get us going offensively here in the bottom of the first. The first pitch here of this bottom half of the inning is upstairs for ball one. Ruth, a .438 hitter, 7 home runs this year, 36 RBIs. The home run discrepancy between these two teams is quite outstanding. CPU 9 homers this year, Wahlert Catholic 46.
Tauber also has the most doubles for the Golden Eagles here, so she's definitely a power hitter and a threat at the top of the lineup here.
16 of them, 16 doubles, 1 triple. Like I said, the 7 home runs, and she's only struck out 4 times in 128 at-bats. She cracks that one short, and the second baseman hops on top of it and makes the throw on to first base. Nice job by Hoskins to get it over to Fink in time for out number 1, and boy, it had to be very close.
That was definitely a super close play, but both ends did exactly what they needed to do there. Hoskins took her time, made sure to make a good throw, and it was hard and on target, so they ended up getting the out there.
Your pitcher now, Julia Roth, steps up to bat. When you go on the bound page and it gives you like the preview of who leads in each category, Wahlert Catholics is all Julia Roth. Unbelievable.
Everywhere.
22 home runs, 60 RBIs, 489 hitter. Give her another one as that one gets past the right fielder. And Roth will go all the way to second. She's thinking 3, and it's a triple. What a start for Wahlert Catholic and the junior, Julia Roth. Rolled all the way out to the wall, went past the right fielder, White. And just like that, Wahlert Catholic with Sieverding up to bat has a runner on third and 1 out. Pitch just misses there for Hillers. I don't know if she had the sign to go all the way by Coach Lang, but she wasn't stopping.
I think she started booking it exactly when she saw that ball get past White out there.
Bunt is laid, and now they try to get Roth back on third, and they do. Now they go back to first, and they can't get it. The ball rolls away, but Center Point-Urbana catches Wahlert sleeping a little bit and grabs the lead runner on third base. Take a look at the replay. That hesitation might have just done it by Hillers.
Not sure if she did it on purpose to fake the throw to 1, and then she realized there was a runner on third, but either way it tripped up Roth out there. So they were able to come away with a big out there.
So that brings up Addie Klein, the third baseman now, with a runner on first base and 2 outs down. Boy, what a big out for the Storm Pointers to give up that triple. Klein, a .318 hitter, 1 home run on the year and 30 RBIs. Hillers is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. Boy, CPU looking to get out of it. What looked to be a little rough here to start. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This is popped up and foul back behind us.
Wahlert is able to use a lot of different tools, their power, but also their speed, placing that bunt. So if you're CPU, you've really got to be on your toes here. And if you're Hillers, you're trying to produce some weak outs for your defense.
And what a tough break. I mean, it was such a good bunt. You would have had everybody safe and stayed on first and third, and then you come up here with a chance for a sac fly, but to no avail.
Yeah, that first run of the game is no longer just 60 feet away.
1 ball and 2 strikes here. Out and away, runner goes to second, and not in time. It bounced off the glove of Ruba. And now a runner in scoring position here. Sieverding came into tonight 25 stolen base attempts, 24 successful. Make it 25 out of 26. That leads the team. They don't really steal a ton. They've only successfully now stolen 58 stolen bases on the year.
Their bats definitely do a lot of the work for them.
This is popped up, and the catch is made. Nicely done by Hoskins at second base. 1 left on, nobody scores after a triple by Wahlert Catholic. We'll see you in the second. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. We'll be right back.
Different people have different needs, so Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to local communities, so you help make an impact. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, for your community.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Blake Walker, Addie Wells with you here. Been a fun one so far, and we're just 1 inning through. Wahlert Catholic now back up on the pitching side, and Addie defensively 3 up, 3 down. Definitely showing the prowess early. CPU going to have to get the bats rolling.
Definitely. They've definitely got to make some adjustments against Roth in the circle there and find some gaps. But either way, just put pressure on the defense, put the ball in play, keep doing what they're doing, and hopefully the ball will fall their way.
If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Maya Hiller. She leads the team in homers with 7, makes up all but 2 on the team. Tara Crowley is the only other one with homers. She's got 2 on the year, but Maya, a .393 hitter. And that one just missing on the outside corner. Did not go, and it's 1-1. .44 hits this year for Maya. Sends that into the net over here on the right side.
31 RBIs shows that she's definitely effective in that 4-hole as well.
She's headed to Kirkwood to play softball. Has been playing with CPU since 8th grade. Here comes the 1-2. Got her. Strike 3 for Julia Roth, her first strikeout of the night. And now it brings up Tara Crawley, the third baseman, who I said also brought the home run power just a little bit, as Wahlert continues an impressive showing here on defense. You know, just based off what you've seen from Roth right now, what is it that makes her so talented in the circle? Is it the way the ball moves? Is it anything speed-wise? I mean, everybody has something different, but does anything stand off the page?
So far, it's been how she can expand the zone. Like, she's got confidence in her pitches in a lot of different locations, so she's able to set up some pitches low and outside and then come up with a rise ball as well and catch hitters off guard. So her confidence all around the zone is really what's going to make hitters not ready for what's coming.
Well, right now, it's a really solid at-bat here by Crowley. It's 3-0 for the junior here, who has walked 20 times. That's the most on the team, so maybe we shouldn't be surprised. There's the 3-0, pulls back. There's the strike. She was tempting her a little bit there. She'll settle back in here with 3-1.
Yeah, that fake bunt can really do just enough to mess with the pitcher sometimes.
That one fouled, tapped back. She holds the school record for season and career hit by pitch totals. So that's something to hang your hat on. I don't know if you get a plaque for that, but it's quite the stat. She chops that one back up the middle and can't be stopped by the shortstop Ruba, and a long, successful at-bat goes to Tara Crowley to get on base. I mean, that's the dream at-bat if you're a batter.
You know, you mentioned those hit by pitches. You know, sometimes if you're just aggressive enough on the plate, like you're able to challenge the pitcher, and sometimes they miss. And away on base is away on base, and just like she did there, she found a way on. So
brings Brindley Hobble up to bat here, the sophomore, with a runner on and just one out. She shows bunt and misses, and it's 0-2. She's got 16 RBIs this year, 28 hits, and is a .289 hitter. Has walked second most on the team, but has got some work to do here. Here comes the 0-2 pitch by Roth, and the rise ball got her. Swing and a miss, second strikeout of this half inning for Roth, and now 2 outs with 1 left on. I love a good rise ball. I think.
Well, as a player, I don't, but I definitely love watching it.
Unbelievable how it can just take off last second. So Taylor Hoskins steps up to bat. And Roth starting to get her groove back here. Another strike, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, you can definitely tell she's really leaning into that strike, like high in the zone, and then she'll go to that rise ball, and they'll think it's flat, and then soon enough it's just a foot higher, and they can't even touch it.
Hoskins comes into tonight a .315 hitter, 23 hits on the year, but 21 of which are singles, so she's a single machine. If you're CPU, you'll take anything at this point. 1-1, this one's popped up. Everybody chasing in, and the catch is made by Schultz, who reached over to Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles to make the play. 1 left on, nobody scores. We'll see in the bottom of the second. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Let's read something.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Thanks again to the Iowa Farm Bureau for presenting the 2025 Girls State Softball Championships. As the sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau honors both academic and athletic excellence, helping to nurture the next generation of Iowa leaders. You can see their signs all across the field. Well, here we go in the bottom of the second inning. Wahlert Catholic and Center Point-Urbana knotted at 0 in the early portions here. A triple. And people were thinking, well, maybe Wahlert, just run away with it. Here come all the bats. But, boy, a little bit of a slight mistake by the Wahlert infield. CPU jumps on top of it. They're just kind of hanging around here in the early goings. This is Sadie Schultz up to bat here for Wahlert. .339 hitter. She's jammed inside and fouls that one back, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, both teams are definitely doing what they need to do in this situation. The hitters are putting pressure on the defense, and the defense is showing up for their pitchers, but it's just going to be whoever takes the momentum first and runs with it.
Has had a really good junior season. Pops this one up, shallow left field, and roaming over to get the grab is the shortstop Simon. Out for out number 1 on a pop out. That brings up Haley Lang, the designated player. I've had a couple of those today, Addie, where it kind of goes in no man's land, and you got 3 or 4 girls coming together. And I mean, what is there protocol for that? Is it truly whoever yells "I got it" the loudest, or how does that work?
Well, center field has priority over everyone, and then the outfielders have priority over the infield. From there, shortstop typically has priority over the infield. There is a chain of command here, but again, it's kind of who has the better angle and who's getting there behind the ball quicker. So I definitely think that Simon made the right call there, taking that ball. And but yeah, it's also a communication piece. Sometimes a right fielder might have a better shot catching a ball and throwing a third rather than a center fielder. So there's some situational awareness that goes into it as well.
So this is Anna Rolling. I said Haley Lang. Anna Rolling here up to bat. 327 hitter. Outside there. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rolling played and started in 34 games this year out of the 43 now. Even count and a swing and a miss on the rise ball. Strikeout for Hillers. Just like that, 2 quick outs here. And now Haley Lang steps up. Weird year in the box score, just making her 4th start of the season, but she's played in 41 games. She gives this a ride to shallow left field, and roaming underneath of it is Havel, and just like that, it's 3 up, 3 down. No score. We'll see you in the top of the 3rd. You're watching 3A quarterfinal softball here at the Girls State Softball Tournament.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Kara White up to bat here for Center Point-Urbana. Welcome to the top of the 3rd inning. Still no score here. Blake Walker, Addie Wells with you here. This is a 1 versus 8 matchup. We saw a 1 versus 8 matchup not go the way that the 1 seed wanted earlier in the day. Walkie Northwest took care of business against Dowling Catholic, but Xavier got upset by Pella. And CPU hanging around here in a Wamak Mississippi Valley battle. It's 1 ball and 1 strike here up against White. Out and away, and it'll be 2-1. White this season, 308 hitter, 15 RBIs on the year, on 28 hits. That went in there for strike 2. Coach Wolf describes White as one of the most improved last season, has really stepped up here as she's gotten older. Fouls that one into the left side.
As a lefty too, there's a lot of different tools you can use, and I appreciate how she's using that that bunt and this kind of the half slap there to still put some pressure on the defense and just find a way to make contact with the ball.
Roth, though, is on it. 3rd strikeout of the night for Julia. And just like that, 1 out down. And Kinley Otto, the DP here for Center Point-Urbana, will step up to bat in the 9 spot. She shows bunt and holds back for ball 1. One of a couple 8th graders on the team, just making her 12th start, 17th appearance overall, so really hasn't gotten a ton of action, just under half the season for Otto. 333 hitter with 5 RBIs. But Addie, when you're hot, and your coach is going to put you in, whether it be, time to get in or not.
You're seeing the ball well.
The first strike of the at-bat there. On the notes that we were given for Otto, Coach Wolf put tiny, mighty, and speedy.
Sounds about right.
I was going to say, that's about as good as it gets. She's good here, 3-1 up against Roth. She's walked 4 times this year in 30 at-bats. And got her. A walk to first base for Kinley Otto. And just like that, we go back to the top of the batting order for the Storm and Pointers.
Yeah, that was definitely a very good at-bat for the 9-hole here to get on base and potentially move into scoring position with the top of your lineup up.
So Essling comes back up to bat with 1 out and a runner on first base. She shows bunt and pulls back. Heck of a cross-country runner, qualified for state cross-country, conference, and regional champs, soccer, track and field, multi-sport athlete. We see that a lot, Addie. I mean, the best players are usually multi-sport athletes, and I think that's just kind of a given, and most of the time you rarely see one-sport athletes.
Yeah, pure athleticism is really hard to beat, and as long as you can just put your body on the line, and then you'll be able to be pretty successful in a lot of different sports.
She's behind here, no balls and 2 strikes. Up against Julia Roth, trying to get back going here. You got a runner on first base in Otto. The 0-2 is outside and misses. It's 1-2. Essling grounded out in her first at-bat of the night. She skies that thing foul toward the left side. A lot of bold people parking behind that fence over here today. I tell you what, I made sure to park back further. A lot of people here at the state tournament.
It's nice that softball's getting more of the exposure it deserves.
This one's crushed to left field, but roaming back to go get it is Brocious for out number 2. And, you know, I'm happy. This year is exciting. We got a great tournament, but boy, I am going to be counting down the days till next year because we have the new format. Double elimination. We go to what the College World Series is. I love the College World Series. It's my favorite 2 weeks. This past year was unbelievable with Texas and Texas Tech, but boy, double elimination, it will bring a whole nother strategy. I mean, your pitchers, you're probably not going to be able to have one pitcher anymore. It's hard to grab our thoughts in just a quick half inning, but quickly, what were your thoughts on that? And, I mean, what a big deal for softball.
I mean, from the player perspective, you've just got to keep that in mind and keep yourself healthy and ready for a lot more games potentially in the tournament. But, I mean, from my side, I'm just excited to watch a lot more competitive softball and be here longer. So it definitely makes the reward a little bit more rewarding.
Runner takes off to second, and she is caught stealing. Nicely done by Oberhofer, back behind the plate. 0-0, still no score. Bottom 3 we go. You are watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Wahlert Catholic, the 1 seed, and Center Point-Urbana, the 8th seed. Still no score here. Blake Walker, Addie Wells with you here. 2 games in Class 3A here this evening. Winner of this game will play the winner of PCM and West Liberty, which is going to be delayed. Southeast Polk and Cedar Falls are currently in a barn burner. 12-4, CF on top of Southeast Polk. I could not believe that this was the first year they had made the state tournament.
They definitely exploded. I don't think they were ranked at the very beginning of the season, and then they just blew up.
Beat Fort Dodge to get here. That one's in there for strike one. Weird to see Fort Dodge in 5A now. They've always been a 4A team. Natalie Ruba, the shortstop, here up to bat for Wahlert Catholic. Hillers misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Anything surprise you here in this one so far? We've seen really good defense, I can tell you that, by both teams.
I mean, honestly, I'm just a little bit surprised that neither offense have kind of adjusted enough, especially being through the lineup. I guess Wahlert has yet to get all the way through, but I'm just waiting for somebody to make some adjustments and put some hard-hit balls in play.
Hillers just misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes here up against Ruba. Ruba, 229 hitter, a sophomore for the Golden Eagles. That one drills the official right in the face. He's got a mask on, but the mask has to hit something, and unfortunately his face is right there, so he'll step aside for a quick second. Third base umpire Mark Amadeo is going to come over and have a chat here. 12 RBIs this season for Natalie Ruba. She comes back up to bat. It's got to sting a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy work back there behind the plate.
Sting a little bit. It's already kind of hot and humid as it is. But looks to be okay here.
Just a bit shaken up.
Seen a couple pitches today just kind of be high and kind of get away. Seen a couple of those so far, but Natalie says, "Are you okay?" And we'll keep rolling. Players checking on the officials.
Definitely good to have a good relationship
Absolutely.
with the umpires.
Yeah, you always want to say, "How you doing? Nice to see you." No hard feelings. 2-2. Well, that one kind of held in the air a little bit.
It was a great off-speed pitch.
I was going to say, Hillers knew what she was doing, and Ruba hangs on here. It'll be 2-2 once again. Claire Brocious, who has been very busy in left field, currently on deck. Just misses the outside corner, and it's 3-2. I always say we have the best seat in the house. We can see every single pitch. Whether we agree, disagree, doesn't really matter, but always really cool to be right here. So this one's skied to right, and catch is made. Nicely done by Fink over there. Able to roam over and make the grab for out number 1.
That's what Hillers is doing for her defense, producing weak outs, those weak pop-ups that her defense can get to. So if she continues to do that, then they'll be in pretty good position here.
So it brings up Claire Brocious, just a freshman. I mean, the way she's been playing, you'd think maybe a little bit older, but Brocious, a freshman, 306 hitter. 1 homer and 14 RBIs on 26 hits.
20 of them singles.
1-0 pitch upstairs. Has not played and started in every single game. And you're starting to see that. I mean, a lot of tournaments, these teams pride themselves on tournaments. I think, you know, that's always been something you want to get in tournament action, and sometimes girls just need a rest. Did you take any rest days when you played in high school? Willingly?
I mean, it was typically the 4th of July weekend when we had games off, so then it was like, all right, I can allow myself to take a break. Yeah.
I tell you, some of these teams, looking at their schedules, they have had no breaks.
No breaks, yeah.
And it's always crazy, the discrepancy of games. Wahlert Catholic comes in playing 42 games, and there's teams down in 1A. Granted, it's 1A, who have played 18 games.
Yeah. It's a wide range here.
Yeah, it is. And you're starting to see more 1A teams play big schools in tournaments. I think of Southeast Warren. Unfortunately, they got upset by Iowa Valley back in the quarterfinals, I think, of the regionals. But they challenged themselves and gave to themselves opportunities. Full count. Got her. Just barely caught the inside corner, and Hillers has her second strikeout of the night. I mean, that's tough. That was a jam for the most part. There was really nothing she could do.
Yeah, unless you're hunting that, it's really hard to get the barrel around that, but it's a great job on Hiller's part.
Well, here's Lily Oberhofer, who has got to be feeling good after that last half inning with the throw out to second base. You said it was just the 5th what was
yes,
the stat?
her fifth thrown out stealing of the season.
So it's not really her forte by any means.
No. But if she shows up when it matters, then.
Absolutely. She's good here. 2-0 is the count. 6 RBIs this year on 12 hits. Here at the bottom of the lineup here, the 9-hitter. Hillers catches top corner. It's 2-1. Again, 2 outs down here in the bottom of the third. Nobody's really gotten much going. Wahlert had the triple, and that's it.
Yeah. And I think this is actually the top of the lineup. This is Ruth Tauber here. Number 17.
This is Ruth Tauber.
Yeah, so Roth is right behind her if she can find a way on base.
Missed something on my scorecard. That's why you caught me there. 3-1. That one just going to miss outside, and Tauber will go with a walk. So now you bring up Julia Roth, who tripled her last time up. So not a bad spot here.
Roth definitely has the potential to do some damage here. But if the CPU defense can show up.
Shot back up the middle. Awkward bounce. But they get the runner at second. Nicely done by Simon to catch it and throw. 1 left on. Nobody scores. We'll see in the fourth. Wahlert and CPU 0-0.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Back here at the Girls State Softball Tournament, Blake Walker, Addie Wells with you here. Top 4, still no score here between the number 1 seeded Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles and the 8th seeded Center Point-Urbana Storm and Pointers. Rolling along here. Wahlert beat CPU back on May 30th, 12-5. It's going to take a bit to get to that scoring margin, but 1 hit each for both teams, 1 error for CPU, and Addie, it's just been run-of-the-mill, and does Wahlert get nervous yet?
Well, there's still a lot of game left, and they know that they have a strong offense.
And that'll help there. Ella Simon on with a base hit. Second hit of the day for CPU. And they got a runner on with nobody out.
Yeah, if you're Wahlert in this case, you're just trying to limit the damage and get off the field as quickly as you can so your offense can get back and chipping away at pushing some runs across.
Gracie Hoskins will come up to bat. Bunt is laid, and boy, it's good. Roth throws to first. Hoskins just didn't have enough speed to get there, but still advances the runner.
She definitely did her job there. The sac bunt puts the runner in scoring position, and there's only 1 out, so.
And you bring up the best hitter on the team, Maya Hillers. Now, unfortunately, did strike out in her last at-bat, but if you're going to have anyone, it's going to be her, and then you got Tara Crawley coming up next as well. So a big spot here for the Storm and Pointers to try to take the lead and draw first blood. Big swing and a miss there for Hillers.
That's what I like to see. I like that she's trying to swing to do damage and hit the ball hard and far. It's going to be effective once you make contact.
Roth gave her a heck of a pitch to hit, too. Just a lot of speed on it. 0-1. She showed bunt. Catches the inside or outside the corner, so be 1-1 here. Coach Wolf barking orders here from the third base side. just sneaks it in on the inside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Roth is trying to go get it here and grab that crucial second out. Eliminates another sacrifice opportunity. Swing and a miss. The pitcher versus pitcher duel has turned into 2 strikeouts.
Roth is definitely working both sides of the plate there. She came high first and then 2 balls inside, and then that last one was outside. So again, like if you're CPU, you're not sure what to expect. You're not sure which side she's going to throw you first. So you've just got to really pick one and go attack that one.
Tara Crawley, she singled the left in her first at-bat. Remember, she had that really long at-bat. Gave Roth fits. Has a chance to keep this thing moving here, but gets behind 0-1. Now she chops that thing to the third base line. They throw over to first, and a heck of a throw over there by Klein. That was not easy.
No.
Dropped it on the ground, then able to pick it up and fire all the way back across, and just like that, still no score. Bottom 4 we go. We'll be back. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here at Channel Seeds Field, here at the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Boy, it is humid, and there's a breeze, but we can't really feel it. It's at our backs. But it is humid here for 7:35 at night. And still no score between Wahlert Catholic and Center Point-Urbana. Kylie Sieverding, our center fielder tonight, will be up to bat here, trying to get things rolling. As that one's in there for strike 1. Boy, Hillers, we've talked about Roth, but Hillers has really had a good day. Only given up 1 hit up to this point, and it was that triple.
Yeah, if you're her, you just got to keep dealing.
That one, tightrope down the line, throw to first, got her just in time on a heck of a throw by Crawley over at third base. That thing did not turn. It stayed on the right side of the chalk.
It did not, but Crawley did a great job of sitting it, continuing to watch it all the way in just on the chance that it stays fair, and it did, and she was still able to come up, make a good strong throw, and get the out.
Addie Klein now up to bat here for the Golden Eagles. She gives this a ride into the gap and down for a single. Second hit of the night for the Golden Eagles with 1 out down. A big hit for the third baseman. Her 43rd hit on the year. Another singles machine.
Sometimes that's all it takes. As long as you can pass the bat and deliver hits, get runners on base, then the runs will come.
This is Sadie Schultz who takes that pitch inside for strike 1. So now you got a runner up on first base here. You haven't had a runner on since all the way back in the first when you had a runner on third. Comes the 0-1, and the bunt is missed. And now 0-2. Final over in Class 5A, Cedar Falls upsets Southeast Polk. And the Tigers, in their very first trip to the state tournament, are going on to the next round. Heck of a story over there. 12-11 was your final score. Crazy stuff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Hillers with the runner on first says, I don't care. I'm going to grab that second out any way I can. And now 2 outs down.
We've seen pitchers duels, we've seen home run derbies, we've seen everything at the state tournament, and it's only the first day.
This is somewhat mimicking your game that you had earlier today. Yeah. Ironically, the 1-8 game might just be deja vu and meant to be, but Anna Rolling steps back up to bat. Wahlert Catholic, a very, very good team. Everyone knows that. Anna Rolling is the only senior on the team. That's unbelievable. I mean, obviously you want to come out on top, but boy, unreal stuff.
It's exciting news, though, for the Golden Eagles here. Like, they're only graduating one, so you've got a lot of talent returning next year. So I have no doubt that they will return as a threat for all classes, all levels.
And absolutely, you want to end it well for Anna. Chops that one short, on to second for one. They don't need another. Nice job by Simon at the shortstop position. One left on. Nobody scores. Top 5 we go. Buckle up. We got a good one brewing here on Channel Seeds Field. We'll be right back.
This is you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care. Because the way you, and you feel matters. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Welcome back to the top of the 5th inning. Brindley Hobble struck out in her first at-bat here. Going to try to get the Storm and Pointers back rolling here. That one's in there for strike one. Julia Rose still in the circle here. We got a duel, Addie. This has been a fun one to watch between Roth and Hillers. And, boy, it feels like someone's going to crack eventually. I'm just not really sure who. That one fouls down the left field line. Both teams now have 2 hits, so they got better in that last half inning.
Yeah, Wahlert usually averages over 9 hits per game, and CPU averages over 8 hits per game. So this low hit game is kind of unheard of for both of these programs.
And how do they play when put in these situations? Does it benefit CPU? Does it benefit Wahlert? As Brindley Hobble goes down with a strikeout. So Julia Roth, that is, what's she sitting at, 4 strikeouts so far. There's Taylor Hoskins, fouls that one back into the net.
I believe that was Roth's 5th strikeout tonight.
So 5 strikeouts there. Hoskins 0-1 here. Just low. Oberhoffing tried to frame it. That's my favorite part, honestly, sitting back here, is watching the catchers try to frame these pitches. And some of them are really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of quiet work that catchers do back there to fight for strikes for their pitchers and directing the entire field. It's a pretty big job. I did a couple years of catching when I was in high school, and it was definitely a lot, but you definitely learn a lot more about the game, too.
My knees could never do it. 1-2, foul back. I always tell myself I'm not going to flinch when it goes back, but you always have to because, man, it gives. That net gives.
You at least got to blink.
1 ball and 2 strikes here. Hoskins is staying strong here with 1 out down. Fouls that one back again and holds tight.
Hoskins is doing a good job of fouling off these pitches that Roth has usually seen a lot of swing and miss success on. So we're finally starting to see some adjustments from the CPU offense.
And talented stuff here out of a freshman. As we say that, though, it's a bad jinx. She goes down and swings at that one. That was a great pitch by Roth to at least go and try and get her. And there we go, back-to-back strikeouts. Julia Rose starting to heat up here. So 2 outs down. Kira White will step up to bat. Right fielder. Had that one go past her over there in the first inning, has clearly put that behind her. now tries to lock in here on the hitting side. 15 RBIs this year. Big swing and a miss. And boy, Julia Roth is on one right now. Trying to strike out the side. Roth just misses on the outside corner. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes here with 2 outs down. Bottom of the 5th awaits. And some anxious Wahlert Catholic bats. And, well, she thought about calling time. She was way too late. I've seen that a couple times today.
You've got to be careful. Even if you ask for time, the umpire does not need to grant you permission to step out of the box. So sometimes you see girls that step out too early, and then the pitch comes in, and they're not ready at all.
Awkward hit. Caught! What a grab by Klein over there at the third base side. And Wahlert Catholic doesn't give up anything yet again. Take a look at this one more time on the replay. An incredible job by Klein to roam over. Probably didn't even see it drop in the glove, but makes the most out of it. All right, we are going to the bottom of the 5th. Still no score between Wahlert and CPU. We'll be back.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Haley Lang up to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning, rolling along here at the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. We got a duel. I mean, that's all this is. Only 2 hits allowed for both teams. 1 error for CPU, none for Wahlert Catholic. It has just been back and forth. This one's jammed, chopped short. Hillers throws on to first, and Addie, that has just been how today has gone.
Yeah, absolutely. It's either been the pitchers are dealing or the bats are rolling for both teams here, and it's just a coin toss of who's going to end up on top and at what point. So bottom of the 5th inning, like somebody's got to make an adjustment and put some runs up here. Otherwise, we're going to be here a little bit longer.
Ruba sends it right past the second baseman, just off the grasp of Hoskins, and Natalie Ruba is on with a single.
That was a phenomenal attempt from Hoskins there. I really thought she had it for a second, but...
See how close this was. Oh, I mean, it probably touched her glove, honestly, and just couldn't get it.
It was a great read and a good job trying to explode out and reach full extension to grab it. Just missed it.
Claire Brocious up to bat. Struck out in the 3rd inning, steps up to bat here. She shows bunt on that first time. I mean, at this point, Wahlert might as well play small ball, if you will, and just try to get a bunt around and get someone on second base.
They've definitely got enough speed. They can utilize that.
There's the bunt again on a high pitch, though, and it's 2-0. Wahlert this season, 57 stolen bases. CPU just not much more, 62. Low and away. That's a strike. And it's 2-1. So just the 3rd hit of the night for Wahlert Catholic. And again, I go back to that first inning. If CPU wins this game, circle that first inning and that error or that slight mistake, because it felt like maybe the gates would just go wide open. There's a bunt. Throw to first. They get the runner. So the sacrifice bunt works for Claire Brocious. Does her job. So, to the top of the batting order we go. Ruth Tauber up to bat. A ground out in the first and a walk in the third. And the crowd has picked up the noise because they know who's up to bat for Wahlert to try to get on the board here. But Hiller's not backing away. She goes right down the middle for strike one.
This is the first time Tauber has been up to bat with runners on base and in scoring position. So this could be a turning point for Wahlert. Like you said, if they were able to keep that runner safe at third in that first inning, they may have scored and taken the momentum there, but CPU has definitely given them a run for their money.
And I think any nerves that CPU had were killed right there. When you make that big play in the first inning, you say, all right, we're here, we're ready to play. Tauber takes a big hack at it and fouls it back, and it's 1-2. Hillers has a big pitch here to try to get out of this half inning and send us to the sixth.
Yeah, CPU has definitely set the tone not only for their opponents, for the fans, but for themselves, and they've proven that they can show up and pull out big wins.
That one lined into the gap, all the way to the fence, and all the way home comes the first run of the ballgame for Wahlert Catholic. A Channel Seeds extra base hit for Ruth Tauber.
That was a beautiful piece of hitting right there from Tauber. She went with that pitch, she drove it in the gap.
Just went over Simon's head all the way home. And Wahlert Catholic is on the board 1-0 with a runner up still on second base. And now Julia Roth up to bat. Caught on the hop by the shortstop and thrown across. Nice job by Simon. One left on, but a big, crucial one run in a pitcher's duel like this is on the board. Wahlert Catholic leads Center Point-Urbana 1-0. We'll see you in the sixth. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
It's Frank. Frank. Mr. Frank. And just what you did now, I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be part of store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairy Frank.
Your fairy, your fairy family.
You're watching the 2025 Iowa Girls State Softball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As the sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl, cultivating character, work ethic, and leadership on and off the field. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. An Iowa girl alongside me, former Iowa girl. I mean, still, everybody, once an Iowa girl, always an Iowa girl.
Absolutely.
I should always know the saying. Addie Wells joins me here. Blake Walker with you here this evening. Addie, a former Waterloo West softball player, played at Wartburg. Are you still there? You're still at Wartburg? Yeah.
I'll be a junior.
When's softball start for you guys? I mean, you're already probably doing workouts and everything else.
D3 is a little bit different. We actually can't play official games in the fall. We just get one scrimmage, but our season officially starts towards the end of January.
Nice. So when the snow's on the ground,
the
bats are rolling. Enjoy it down there in Wartburg. No balls and one strike here. Kinley Otto up to bat here. She walked her last at bat. But now, does anything change, you think, here for CPU? Because now you see a 0 on the board and you see a 1 underneath of it. Now you know you're behind. Is it crucial here for Coach Wolf to kind of let the team know, hey, let's just keep doing what we're doing? I mean, it wasn't costing us too bad. Or do you have to change up at this point?
I would continue doing what you're doing. You don't want to get too out of your comfort zone, out of your fundamentals here. I mean, they were getting base runners. They were putting pressure on the defense. Like you said, Otto walked last at bat. So if she can get on base and allow her teammates to move her around, then that would be a win. But Roth's still dealing.
Another strikeout for Julia Roth. Nasty rise ball got Otto swinging. So now Grace Estling up to bat. Ground out and a fly out so far today, so 0 for 2 with 1 out down. CPU's last hit came in the fourth. And Estling goes and swings at it. Boy, Roth has got a good rise ball, and that seems to be here late in the going, Addie. That's where these pitches are coming from that she's getting swing and a misses on.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that CPU is starting to get a little bit antsy. They're really wanting to put something in play here and put it in play hard.
Bunt is chopped foul, and now she's out of that option, so it's 0-2 here with 1 out down.
I do think that was a good choice to attempt to play small ball again and find a way to get a base runner. She just missed that one and unfortunately went foul.
Both teams are pretty fast, all things considering, so small ball is clearly an option. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Roth misses. Anytime Roth misses, I swear she taps herself on the chest and says, "That's my bad."
She's got
I'll get it
pretty high standards.
I'll get it next time. It's
Yeah.
okay. How dare I? 1-2. Did she go? Yes, she did. Back-to-back strikeouts for Julia Roth. And now Ella Simon up to bat. She singled to right. And that was the last hit that we saw last time she was up.
She's definitely looking to do the same thing here, just get a base runner and let her teammates help her out, but
that one bounces off catcher, and it'll be 1-0 here.
you don't see Roth working down in the zone too much here, but again, she singled off of her last at bat, so you might as well try something new and see if you can produce a week out another way.
1-0, pulls back. And it's crazy, Julia came into tonight leading all classes in home runs. Her pitching has been great, there's no doubt about it, but it's her pitching that has been winning Wahlert the game and very well could seal the game here. Still a bit to go, but just a jack of all trades. I mean, we talked about at the beginning, the whole stat page on Bound is just Julia Roth, Julia Roth, Julia Roth. So no surprise.
Definitely a threat on both sides of the ball and a huge asset for Wahlert.
Simon here looking good, though. 3-0. She'll hold back. I always feel like if I was a hitter in that spot at 3-0, I mean, if it's a dang meatball, I'd want to send that thing so hard.
I agree, because usually it's right
there.
there.
Yeah, it is. It's right down the middle. You're like, oh, man.
More often than not, Coach gives you the take sign, too, and you just like, and I know it's going to be there.
Ella Simon was taken off to first base. She thought for sure she had a walk. Umpire says no, it's a strike at the top, and it's 3-2, and Roth can really suck the momentum here out of CPU here on the full count pitch. There's the upstairs, and the patience pays off for Simon.
That was a great at-bat from Simon. She made Roth work for it, and Roth made her work for it too, so it was definitely a good part on both sides here, but putting pitches on Roth's arm and making her fight for the walk there was really good from both people.
Gracie Hoskins will step up to bat. Obviously no room to sacrifice bunt here, so you're going to have to swing.
Swing or be patient.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, Julia looked a little uneven there in that last half at bat. 1-0 is in there. It's even at 1.
See, it's hard because sometimes when they start laying off the rises, then you're throwing balls, but then you throw that fast and it doesn't rise, and then the hitters aren't expecting that either.
Well, there's a good pitch by Julia. That was one to hit, and it's 1-2 here, up against Hoskins, the catcher.
Those last two pitches were right about where her rise ball starts. And
Got her.
She gets the rise again.
Swing and a miss, high and away outside. Julia Roth does her job. 1 left on, nobody scores. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th. Wahlert, if everything goes right, can put up a couple more runs and help themselves in the 7th. We'll be back. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Blake Walker Addywell's with you here. Bottom 6 we go. Wahlert Catholic got that big big run, 1-0 here. Center Point-Urbana now back here defensively, going to try to keep this thing to a minimum because if everything goes right for Wahlert, Addie, this is the last time they're up to bat. And, you know, it hasn't been a pretty game by any means for Wahlert standards. You know, they like to score the ball, but sometimes you just walk away with anything. It's the state tournament. And I tell you what, I've been very impressed by Center Point-Urbana today.
Absolutely, I agree. Hillers has done an excellent job of holding these Wahlert hitters at bay, and Wahlert is, again, like grasping for anything they can. They're probably looking to put up several insurance runs here if possible, but CPU, again, is just hoping to maintain a reasonable deficit going into the 7th.
We have seen so many just wild plays today at the state softball tournament, just hits when you don't expect it. We've seen grand slams. We've seen just crazy plays. So, yes, you're right. Wahlert would love to get a couple insurance runs here. And it's Kylie Sieverding up to bat here. She grounded out in her last at-bat. She's in a good spot here, 2-1 in the count. Hiller's still in the circle for Center Point-Urbana. That one just misses inside. It's 3-1.
Sieverding is the one with 25 stolen bases on the year so far, and so definitely looking to get on base and cause some chaos on the base for Wahlert here.
And we'll see how well CPU's done their homework when it comes to scouting. Good pitch by Hillers, gets her right back in it, and the count runs full here. Sieverding out in center field really hasn't been too busy. I think most of the hits for CPU had a short one that went to left and then one that went to right. That one's knocked back up the middle. Heck of a diving grab, but not enough time for Hoskins. Who, my goodness, that could have been way worse, but she made a heck of an effort and minimizes it to one base.
That was definitely a tough play for any of the fielders that were in that area. Hillers kind of deflected it, and then Hoskins was able to snag it before it got to the green, but you really don't have a play on that either way it goes.
Bunt is laid. Runner safe at second, and the sacrifice bunt works to perfection for Addie Klein. So it brings up Sadie Schultz with the runner up on second. One good base hit, you never know, could bring it home. The wind is blowing out to left, but nowhere near as strong as it has been for the most of the day. That one's outside for ball one. You couldn't ask for a better day wind-wise for home run hitters. I mean, the wind has been blowing out. Both the way the fields are sit, they face the same direction, so you couldn't ask for a better day.
Definitely been in their favor.
This one's chopped short, bobbled. Ooh. They get the runner at second. Boy, another slight mistake on the base paths for Wahlert Catholic, and CPU's on top of it.
Yeah, that just cost Wahlert a runner in scoring position, and that was great awareness by Simon there at short, seeing that she was off, and she was probably anticipating taking third on the throw, but Hoskins was there and ready at second, and so they were able to get that big out.
In a game like this, I mean, 1-0, circle those moments. Coach Lang's got to be thinking, I mean, dang, even if we win tonight, we're going to have a chat. Because that's two opportunities that have just slipped right through. As Hiller's starting to heat up here, that's swing and a miss.
You know, maybe we give more credit to CPU. Maybe they did do their homework on their base running.
I think there's a good chance. I mean, they have really jumped on the opportunity, and Wahlert just has not been ready. It's outside and 2-1. Anna rolling here. Strikeout and a ground out tonight. Low, and it's 3-1. Rolling this season. She's walked 14 times. Tied for third most on the team, coming in with Sadie Schultz. Can she do it again? 3-1 pitch. No, it's a great one right down the middle by Hillers. And right there, that one was right down the middle. She said, I'm going to swing for it, have a chance, and it's 3-2. Here comes the full count here to rolling. Swing and a miss, and got her. Strike three. One left on. CPU's not going away, but they got one more chance. Top seven we go. Can Center Point-Urbana even the score or take the lead? Find out when we come back.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Top 7 we go. Blake Walker, Addie Wells with you here. Center Point-Urbana is down to their last 3 outs. But how fitting. They get their 4, 5, and 6 hitters, arguably the best on the team. Well, they are. Statistically, they're the best on the team. And it starts with Maya Hillers here, who has been struck out, though, twice tonight in her 2 at-bats.
Kirkwood commit. We'll see if she can get something started and get some momentum rolling.
Julia Roth is on it. Down the middle for strike 1. What a duel this has been. This game's only about an hour old. I mean, this has just been a crazy battle between these two. That one's fouled back by Hillers. And quickly behind now, 0-2. Top of the 7th here, last 3 outs for the Norman Pointers. Here's the 0-2 pitch is outside, and it's 1-2. Up against Hillers. We talked about it earlier tonight, but leads the team in home runs with 7, 31 RBIs. That leads the team. But swings and misses. 3 times up against Roth tonight, and 3 times has gone down swinging. That's a testament to what Julia Roth has done tonight, taking down their best hitter 3 times.
Absolutely. All her pitches have been working. She's been setting up those rise balls, and CPU just can't seem to get a good view of it.
Tara Crawley now lets that one go upstairs for a strike as it catches the zone. Tara sees 0-1 here by Roth. Chopped foul down the left field line. Boy, that almost looked identical to her hit earlier in the night that just didn't leave the chalk.
Made some hard contact, though. So, again, if you're Roth, you're taking note of that she's on it and she's able to barrel it. So, you just hope she doesn't get it fair.
0-2. Chop right back up the middle, right to Julia, who tosses onto first base. And just like that, 2 outs down quick, 1 left. And Brindley Hobble will be the last line of defense for Center Point-Urbana here in this Class 3A quarterfinal. The winner of this one will take on the winner of PCM and West Liberty, which I'm guessing just started not too long ago. Oh, 0-1 here. Chop short, caught, throw, first, ball game. Number 1 Wahlert Catholic survives a pitching duel against Center Point-Urbana. 1-0 is your final score, and the Golden Eagles are flying on to the 2nd round, where they await the winner of PCM and West Liberty. And Addie, if you're CPU, I don't think he could have played a better game. I mean, my goodness, the best they could give here against Wahlert Catholic, and in a pitcher's duel like this, it was 1 hit. 1 hit won the game, and it was that single right back up the middle by Natalie Ruba. And Ruth Tauber, what she was able to do, what a game.
Yeah, if you're CPU, you're definitely keeping your head up high. You held the number 1 seed to a 1-run game. You played your heart out. There's nothing else you could have asked CPU to do. It really just came down to that 1 hit.
And what a day for Julia Roth. Maybe while we finish up here, we can tally up strikeouts and what she ended up with, but only 2 hits given up all game. Incredible stuff. Let's go to our PA announcer for your festivities here for our postgame.
Congratulations to both teams in a well-played game. Hope everyone enjoyed their day at the state tournament and continue to enjoy it the rest of the week.
All righty, so that will do it for us here at the Girls State Softball Tournament. Unofficially 10 strikeouts for Julia Roth. What a game. What a game it was. What a battle. Number 1 seeded Wahlert Catholic hangs on and defeats number 8 seeded Center Point-Urbana at a pitching duel 1-0. They will play the winner of PCM and West Liberty, which I'm assuming will go later into the evening. For Addie Wells, I'm Blake Walker and our producer Randy Nielsen. We say so long from Channel Seeds Field, where Wahlert Catholic defeats Center Point-Urbana 1-0. We'll see everyone tomorrow morning for Day 2 of the 2025 Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.